Oh motherfucking yeah, baby, let's go! So immediately with this chapter, after reading it, the first thing that comes to mind is this kid is very similar to Yukio, one of the Fullbringers, the guy that, put you inside of the video game. And I'm just, like, beating my head, like, is this Yukio? Is this Yukio? It don't really look like him. Character design is kind of different. This kid has, like, different type of eyes. But his technique is even very similar because in this room that basically he put them in, anything that he says goes. Anything that he wants, anything he imagines pretty much happens. So it's kind of like his own dream in a way. And it just really reminded me of Yukio from the Fullbringers. So that's definitely one of the very big comparisons that I have right now with this kid. He seems more deadly than Yukio because apparently he killed Kensei and Rose, but then again, that could also be a product of his imagination, so you can't be 100% certain as of right now. Maybe they're not even inside this room. Maybe he teleported them somewhere else, or just entirely they're like there, but they're not dead. Maybe he's making the illusion so that he freaks them out. But definitely a very interesting turn of events, because at first we had Guanel, Stern Ritter V, and it seems as though he was the threat right there, and he was kind of crusty. He had some amazing powers, but he didn't know how to use them. He wasn't formidable with them. So I'm glad that he was kind of like pushed to the side, and it also kind of tested Yachiru as well, which is very interesting because apparently her Shikai is something strange. It's something like it doesn't manifest itself in sort of like a living form. It doesn't have a materialistic form. It's something just completely and entirely different, and it makes me wonder, like, if it went Bankai, what would it even look like? Because we already have a weird Shikai, and it's just interesting that it's very different and unique. Maybe it's because Yachiru's been around so long. Maybe it's because she befriended her Shikai and it turned into a different form or something like that. But I found that very interesting because it also leads back into why Kenpachi would want Yachiru, because like, yo, this is a strong Shikai, this is a strong little nut job as well. Anyone else find it a little bit cringeworthy that this kid, Gurremi, I believe his name is, that's what Stern Ritter V called him, just broke her arm, and before he even did that, he set it up with telling her that, yeah, your arm is like a cookie, I'm gonna break it, and it's like, a little girl, well, she's obviously not a little girl, she's been around for hundreds of years or whatever, but it just felt so weird seeing this kid come and break a little girl's arm. It's like, don't try this at home, kids. Next thing you know, it's coming out on the news. Kid breaks his little sister's arm trying to make it like a cookie. But you gotta be on crack if you didn't feel that Kenpachi completely stole the show at the end of the chapter when he comes in and he's like, oh, what the fuck? I was checking and seeing Yachiru's spiritual pressures low, so I came to check out, and then I find this little fucking shit there. I was just like, yes, I predicted this a couple weeks ago. Didn't think it would actually happen after the events of last week's chapter, but then ultimately Kubo threw a curveball where pretty much Yachiru was kind of, not really up for this battle. I mean, she isn't completely out. Yeah, her arm got broken, but who knows what the fuck she could have done with her Shikai ability. But overall, Kenpachi coming in, I'm just thinking to myself, like, yo, Kenpachi, like, really, you're about to do this right now. You're about to fuck shit up. Although, to be fair, this guy does have a very weird technique with this whole room thing, and I'm curious, is he the actual Stern Ritter V, and Guanel was actually just like, again, of course, he was one of his creations, but it was making me wonder, like, are they both Stern Ritters, or was this Stern Ritter just creating the illusion of him, so it didn't really matter to him? He's actually the real Stern Ritter V, Gurremi, so kind of a little bit of toss up there with that whole thing, but just overall the setup and the plays, the progression with this one. We went through one fight that turned into a whole other different fight that we didn't even realize, and as it stands right now, unless this is like a product of the video game, Rose and Kensei are dead thanks to this Gurremi kid. Which again, right now, that's debatable whether it's true or not, but fuck. And we have Kenpachi up in there, a great setup. I'm curious though, there's no Unohana. Like, I really originally thought it was going to be Kenpachi and Unohana show up to whatever battle they start off at, and I'm really hoping that Unohana is still alive. Me personally, I want her to still be alive. First of all, we didn't even get a good idea of what her technique could do. It was so vague when it was shown that I'm just thinking to myself, like, yo, I want a second glance at Unohana's Bankai and what the fuck it can do. So, a little bit worried, like, that Unohana is indeed dead, which, to a certain degree, it's good development for Kenpachi, but at the same time, it was like, yo, we were just getting warmed up with that girl. I want to see more of what that bitch can do. And overall, with this chapter, I definitely felt as though it was very good setup, very good progression, and it was just a very good damn chapter, not to mention introducing the Beast back into this war. Hopefully, we get to see that Bankai. I mean, I don't think he's going to need necessarily his Bankai against this kid, while he does have this whole imagination thing. He doesn't seem like he's too formidable. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, okay, you could create these illusions, and he could pretty much tell you, yo, your arm is a cookie and break it, but I think Kenpachi will be able to pull through, and a couple swipes of his sword might fuck this dude up, and I'm curious, does Gurremi have the same powers that Stern Ritter V was talking about, where he could make himself erase from your mind, that he can erase his existence? That makes you question as well. It's just like, what was the connection between Gurremi and him? Was this completely a different person entirely, and he just happened to put them in his room? So a lot of questions there, but definitely, again, a very good setup and very good progression. So overall, I'm going to give this one 8 out of 10. We got that Kenpachi Zaraki, so you know me, along with every motherfucker that love Bleach and love that Kenpachi, is hype as a motherfucker right now. Goddamn, just think about it. Kenpachi's back, baby. Well, let me know what you guys think. First of all, do you think that it was a bit unfair with this whole Yachiru thing as well? Because you got to take into consideration that while, yeah, okay, Kenpachi's back into the story, it also makes you think, yo, was Yachiru cheated? Like, we just got to see her Shikai, and then out of nowhere, another villain basically comes in and owns her and kind of puts her down, and her spiritual pressure was getting low? Or was it that Kenpachi came premature, and she was actually, like, just getting warmed up? Maybe she was going to get back up and start fucking shit up. Just overall, are you motherfucking hyped that Kenpachi the Beast? You know how many people actually read Bleach just for Kenpachi because they love this character so much? And he's back, baby, and he's probably gonna fucking go ape shit now that his little girl there is all fucked up. It's like, yes, yes, yes. And just overall thoughts of the chapter. You felt as though it was very good progression. Like, were you a little bit intrigued, or were you a little too confused with Gurremi? If that is his name, because that's what Stern Ritter V was yelling at him, Gurremi. So, I don't know, maybe he's Stern Ritter G. Games, Yukio, theory time. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Do I really need to say thumbs up for who? Thumbs up for who? Thumbs up for who? Thumbs up for that Zaraki Kenpachi, baby. We about to go in. The beast is back, and hell motherfucking yeah. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.